Big production.
Yo, what's poppin'? We're gonna break down Galaxy here. Let's turn up the brightness a little bit. Okay. Jeez, the boy's chest is looking these. Let's go. Come on. Alright, so this is Galaxy, right? So, massive bear market. There's a few things I'm paying attention to, right? Bitcoin. Most important thing in my opinion is when we're looking at Galaxy stock is Bitcoin. They correlate very well, right? So if we see Bitcoin go up over time, Galaxy will likely go up over time. I think of Galaxy as like a Bitcoin ETF on the Canadian stock market. That's how I think of it, plain and simple. Now, again, before I get into any more detail, I want to preface that I'm not saying that this stock is gonna go to the moon. There's many things along the way that could happen that could really, make the stock go to zero. Like, I don't know exactly what those things are, but a plethora of things, right? What happens if Bitcoin goes to zero? Then Galaxy goes to zero. What happens if something happens to Mark Novogratz and the CEO of the company, right? What happens? Who knows? I pray to God nothing happens, right? Everything's okay. But there's things that there's like black swan events that could come up to make this stock go to zero, right? That could happen with any stock. So when I talk about it, I don't want people to kind of like be like, oh man, this kid's he's so bullish on Galaxy. I'm just gonna like, don't blindly trust what I say is what I'm trying to point out pretty much. But anyways, a few things that I want to look for is what is the floor price that Bitcoin is going to come to during this bear market, right? So at the end of every bear market, Bitcoin will hit a floor price where it's higher than the previous the previous bear market's floor, if that makes sense. So it's steadily increasing, right? I think the floor at the bottom of 2020 was around 3,000, right? What's the floor going to be now, right? Is it going to be 10,000, right? Is it going to be 7,000? I don't know. Nobody knows. But the one thing I know for certain is that 85% down happens to be the mark of all the bottoms in a Bitcoin bear market around that price, around that percentage drawdown, 85%. So 85% down from the highs of Bitcoin now is around 10,000. So if it does come back down to that price, that's likely when we're going to see a Bitcoin bottom and a bottom in Galaxy. So as we know, Galaxy outperforms Bitcoin when it's in a bull market. So that means in a bear market, it's going to perform worse than Bitcoin does, if you see what I'm saying. So 85% down in Bitcoin might mean like 90+% down in Galaxy. So if we do something like that, 90% down, 94% brings us to $2, right? So if Galaxy comes back to $2 in this crypto bear market, Bitcoin bear market, are you going to be able to stomach that, right? So that's how I'd be thinking about this trade. Because to be frank, I'm no longer thinking of this as like a shorter term trade. I'm thinking of this as, right, like, because the way I think of it is right now, psychologically, what's happening in Bitcoin is that there was a big, huge wave of hype where everyone starts talking about it, right? Bitcoin's in the news. Look at the price of it. Everyone, like your uncle's cousin's friends asking you about Bitcoin. Like everyone's talking about it. Like it's Bitcoin, 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 right? That's when it's the hype. Now, during the bear market, you start to see people talk about it way less, right? You start to hear people talk negatively about it. See, like, I knew the crash was coming. Or didn't you expect this? I knew it was a scam. All this shit. It continues to happen until no one's talking about it anymore, and then all of a sudden, no one's gonna believe. Yeah, right. There's no way it'll go back up again, right? So I'm thinking of this psychology, and I'm applying it to Galaxy, right? So I'm thinking that there's gonna be a long period of time where nobody's talking about this stock, nobody's talking about crypto. Nobody really believes in the stock because for the people who got in even at $20, even at $14, imagine the people who got in at like 40, right? These people are going to be down huge. They're not even going to want to believe that it could come back up to that price because they probably sold at the bottom. So this is when I want to be collecting this stock, because by the next halving in 2024, if there is going to be a resurgence in price and like everything goes up again in crypto and Bitcoin leads the way again, I want to be positioned very well in that, right? So I'm going to pull up this chart real quick because I think it's a pretty much explains what I'm trying to point out, but in a chart form, right? So this is Bitcoin at 69,000 or Glxy at $46, right? Glxy down here is at like $4. No one cares. But at 46, everyone's like, oh my God, this stock, this stock, this stock. So right now, we're at a point where it's at like $6, right? People are pissed. People are like, are you kidding me? It's at $6, right? So if this continues to happen for longer, it goes down further. People are going to be like, this is bullshit. Like, right? We want to dwindle out all the people who don't believe, and we want to build a new base of people who respect the like Glxy for its new floor, whether that's $5, $6, etc. Right? So it's gonna get to a point where people are gonna be like, "There's no possible way it could go higher," and that's when you wanna, start realizing, okay, the chances that this could go up again are high. So this again could take a long time. I have it written out like this. This is the big picture plan, weekly time frame. Looks crazy, looks silly. You put it in log form, it looks a little bit more realistic. But this is how I'm looking at it, right? We're gonna have a long period of disbelief, a long period of there's no way this stock will go again, right? It might go lower, right? There's no way, and then it comes here, and then all of a sudden, it's doing one of these, and then before you know it, we could be up there around $140 in like 2025. Could you imagine? Well, hey, an investment that you made in late 2022, maybe 2023, early 2023, could you imagine if it paid off massive in 2025? Who knows, man? But again, this is my bullish case on a Glxy. Don't take it as any financial advice. We ain't no financial advisor. Peace.